Cindy here from HappyHomemakerCindy.com, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about bulk cooking and how you can be super frugal when it comes to bulk cooking. I'm a huge fan of bulk cooking, and I'm also an avid couponer. I incorporate both of those into my savings, and that's pretty much how I'm able to stay under $40 a week for my family. It's the combination of both. It's the combination of finding deals with coupons that I use on a regular basis, but it's also using store specials, the store meat specials that are listed in our ads. I take advantage of those and I bulk cook with those. And the truth of the matter is, I was a bulk cooker way before I was a couponer. I started out with that venture in order to help lower my grocery bill. I just added couponing to the mix, and that has taken me to the whole nother level. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about how you can really save a lot of money, even if you're not a couponer, just by doing bulk cooking techniques. This week, for example, our local Kroger has ground chuck on sale for $1.99. So basically what I did is I went ahead and I bought 10 pounds of it. I thought, well, this is the week I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my favorite ground chuck recipes, and I'll take advantage of the $1.99 sale. Okay, so what I will be making today would be Sloppy Joes. I'm also making some taco meat, and I'm also making a beef enchilada. The secret to doing this very frugally is kind of using similar recipes. That's kind of what I do. Like, for example, two of the recipes that I'm going to make require onions in them. So instead of just buying 1 or 2 onions, I buy a small bag of onions, and that'll save me money. So a lot of these recipes kind of consist of using the same items, and that really helps lower my grocery bill. So if I'm going to buy some green peppers, I might as well just buy a couple of them. And so that's basically what I like to do. And also, it's using the ground meat, so I'm not dirtying up near as many dishes. I can use the same pan to cook it up, and then I'll rinse that out and maybe use the pan again to start my next batch. So that's basically it. I'm going to come back and I'll pretty much try to figure out the math as far as how much I spent and then how many meals that I end up getting. So if you stick back around, I'm going to start doing all this cooking, and I'll be back with you in a little bit to show you a little bit of my
here, and you can see here I've got the meat for my beef enchilada. It's simmering away here. Also my meat for my taco mix is simmering away, and then I also made the Sloppy Joe mixture, and I've got it simmering away. So I basically pretty much just need to finish up the taco meat, and I'm going to put the seasonings in like the recipe called for, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also called for some green chilies, so I'll go ahead and put those in there, okay? Salsa. I tripled this batch, so I'm making quite a bit of this. We eat tacos a lot in our family, so we'll do that. I went ahead and decided to go ahead and dirty up all of the pans instead of making one batch and then turn around. This kind of saved me time. I'll end up with more dishes this way, but that's okay. I want to hurry up and get all my cooking done so I can get up out of the kitchen. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up here, and it calls for some water too, so we'll pour that in there too. And we're going to stir this up, and we're just going to let this simmer for a little bit, let the ingredients mix, and then I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to let all of these things simmer and have the ingredients combined, and then when I come back, I'll stir this all up, and we'll divide it in meal-sized containers, and I'll be pretty much done for the day. See you in a bit.
As you can see, I finished up all of my cooking, and I divided my food into meal-sized portions, and I ended up with enough meals for 11 meals. And I made 2 batches of the beef enchilada. I got 3 containers of the Sloppy Joe mix, and then I also got 6 containers of the taco meat. So I think I did pretty well. I haven't figured out the cost. I'll do that for you guys at the end of this video. I'll have what I spent on it and everything. A couple of things that I want to talk to you guys who are avid couponers. I tend to make the same type of meals. Most people have recipes. They use the same 10 to 12 recipes, and we recycle them. We're creatures of habit. We tend to make the same things. So I pretty much know that I'm always going to have tacos, we eat that probably once a week, whether it's chicken tacos or the beef tacos. So one of the things that I was able to get really cheap was the Old El Paso. I was able to get this at Meijer's for 50 cents. So I did end up buying 12 of those because it was only 50 cents a box, and it's something that I use on a regular basis because I would go ahead and I bulk cook up my taco meat. The Ortega taco seasoning mix was free. That was one of the things I was able to use a coupon for. And then, of course, Aunt Millie's buns. I usually get these for free at Meijer's. They sell them for $1, and I have a 55-cent coupon. And so this will go with perfectly with my Sloppy Joe mix and everything. And also, I was able to get the Ortega Spanish rice this week at Meijer's, really, really cheap as well. And I'll use this with my beef enchiladas. So as you can see, you can really take advantage of using coupons with the things that you buy on a regular basis to go along with your bulk cooking. Another tool that I'm a big, big fan of, since I do divide these in meal-sized portions, I love this little bitty crock pot. So, for example, I will lay this out the night before if I decide that I want Sloppy Joes for dinner. And if I'm out and about running errands or if my kids have after-school activities, I will go ahead and stick this in my little crock pot, and I'll just have it on warm, and that way it's ready to go when I get home. Bulk cooking really doesn't have to be a chore like most people do. I know some people are a big fan of doing all-day cooking sprees. I personally do not have the time to do that. So whatever works for you, that's what you should go with. And like I said earlier in the video, I tend to cook whatever meat's on sale. And if you do this for a month or so, because meat seems to rotate, like this week was ground beef, maybe next week it's going to be chicken. So next week I'll do a couple of chicken recipes. And then after about a month, you're going to have a variety of foods in your freezer, and you're going to pay bottom low for it because you're buying meat when it's at its premium price, low price, and that way you're not spending a lot of money instead of going to the grocery store buying a little bit of this and a little bit of that and coming out at $150 to $200 on your bill. You have about a week's worth of food. So another tip I would tell you to do to also save money would be planning your meals. And I plan my meals based on what I have in my freezer and what I've pretty much prepared, and I just mark them off my list. I write, like I have 6 containers of taco meat, so I'll have 6, and as I use them, I mark them off. That way I know what I have available to me. So if you've never tried bulk cooking before, I'd say take 1 or 2 recipes, give it a try. And follow this website. I'm going to be hopefully posting more bulk cooking recipes in the future. Take a look at this. This is that beef enchilada. It's not cooked yet, and it's going to have cheese on the top, and it's going to be ooey gooey, yummy good. So until next time, bye.